Hello everyone, welcome back to ETimes. This is Sheena and here's welcoming Kiccha Sudeep to ETimes. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I like that smile.
Thank you. I hope you're feeling better now. You know, with all the situations that had happened, you were not feeling well.
Yeah, I wasn't well. That's because of the weather, I guess, and too much of interview, too much of traveling from past 15-20 days. So, thoda bahut to hota hai ki, you know, the health gives you a little knock on the door and says just lie down for a while. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it happened. So.
You know what? You've always been on the forefront of Kannada cinema, and yet you've never shied away from, you know, playing supporting characters in various other languages. So, do you think that you were always a supporter of this pan-Indian movement now that it's become a fad?
I never had such agendas in my mind. I just knew I was catering to all those people who wanted to work with me. There were a few people who would approach me and say they needed me for the scripts. Whether it is a film like Rakta Charitra Sab and RGV called me, or whether it is for Saira Narasimha Reddy, or whether it's for Puli, or whether it's all these kind of films. So I think I've just catered myself, ma'am, and that way I wouldn't have even done Eager if I would have felt that, oh, it's a negative role. You know, why should I do it? No, I don't think such intentions can travel a long way.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to cater self, and when I was something, and there were also some exciting stuff also in those movies. So as long as I knew there was exciting things, I went behind it, and I never had this thing like Pan-India, all this stuff. I just went and it just happened by itself.
Absolutely. So you're saying that you always go with the flow and whatever your gut says, you would do it.
Not exactly with the flow, because I don't believe in the flow. I just go with what my instinct says, you know, like, you know, you want to feel like doing it, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Yeah.
Don't convince yourself about a no or a yes.
Yeah.
What is the first thing? Yeah, चलो करते हैं उसमें क्या बहुत सोचो मत ये दिमाग डालने से ना कुछ अच्छा नहीं होता है दिल डालो जाओ
ज़्यादा दिमाग डालने से कुछ अच्छा नहीं होता है
कुछ अच्छा नहीं होता है वो बहुत मैकेनिकल हो जाएगा या टोटली बिजनेस हो जाएगा भाई वो
Especially जब आप एक प्रोड्यूसर भी हो तो then बहुत दिमाग नहीं डालना पड़ता like you don't have
नहीं मैं अच्छा खाना है मैम आपके सामने क्या दिमाग डालोगे कि आप मुंह डालोगे हाथ डालोगे मैं बोलो
Absolutely.
हाँ तो ये क्या है इतना कैलोरीज है ये बहुत दिमाग डालोगे तो जाओगे आप कहीं भी अगर आप प्यार करते हो किसी से क्या दिमाग डालोगे कि दिल डालोगे आप बोलो आप क्या है इसमें छोड़ो ना उसमें क्या है
Absolutely. Well, yeah. And talking about Salman, you know, giving support to the movie, how do you feel about that? Ecstatic?
Ma'am, it's like Oscar, Grammy, everything put together in one platter. But not because he's supporting me on this film, because even the thought came to him. ना उनके लिए उनके दिमाग में एक thought आया ना कि मैं support करूँगा इसको, तो वो ही काफ़ी है मेरे लिए. आज तो बहुत फकर होता है कि वो बैनर पे देखे कि escape. With all that, it looks very beautiful. अरे यार हमारे भाई भी हैं उधर, so उनका आशीर्वाद है, support है, प्यार है. So I'm not looking forward to anything else, you know, like because of this, the film has to do extremely well. अगर कुछ नहीं हुआ तो भी ये प्यार वैसे ही रहेगा और what support he has delivered is going to be very unique for me, very precious for me for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of your fans want to know कि why have you stopped writing and directing?
Because एक टाइम था कि कोई और नहीं लिखते थे मेरे लिए मैं वो थोड़ा रुक गए थे और अब बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो प्यार से मेरे लिए लिख रहे हैं they are writing for me and they are making films for me, so I'm just catering myself to all those people and not really looking into what is it that I should be doing again. ऐसा टाइम आता है तो एक something amazing comes and something unusual comes to my mind, I will start writing again. And ऐसा नहीं है कि जो फिल्म्स में बना रहा हूँ उसमें मेरा contributions नहीं है, वहाँ भी लिखता हूँ, वहाँ भी बढ़ाता हूँ, कुछ बनता हूँ उधर भी. सिर्फ एक एक्टर के हिसाब से तो नहीं जाता मैं उधर, तो हो जाता है उसमें क्या है मैम. As long as we are making films that you will really love and want to, I would like to be the child in the set, मैम. वो आप रखो यार, वो मैं जाके वो बंदूक चलाऊँगा, गाड़ी चलाऊँगा, क्रिकेट खेलूँगा बीच में, तो एक तो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी भी कम होता है और ये तो पता चलता है कि हमारे फिल्म एक अच्छे डायरेक्टर के हाथ में है, वो करेंगे. वो डिस्कशंस तो हो चुके होंगे ना.
Absolutely.
फिल्म के स्टार्ट होने से पहले हम जाके वो बैठ के we would have discussed so much that in-depth detail. That is a very serious point. Where in-depth detail we discuss and I know everything, he knows what I have in mind, I know what he has in mind. एंड वंस वी गो टू सेट दैट मीन्स वी आर ऑल सॉर्टेड. तब जाके मजा करो ना, शूटिंग को एंजॉय करो, कैरेक्टर्स को एंजॉय करो. दैट वो करता हूँ मैं. तो एक टाइम आएगा तो लिखूंगा,
अभी नहीं. Absolutely. Or we've seen that there's a lot of debate about this South films and Bollywood films and this constant debate. So when you see all of this or when you read about all of this, what is your kind of reaction to this? This constant battle and this constant
this is
debate.
no ma'am, there's no battle of that. I want you to understand one thing, that in South also, ma'am, there are a lot of films that is releasing every week and theaters are going empty.
Oh.
Just like any other industry.
Yeah.
Even in Hindi, if you take, there are a lot of films which is not seeing light at all. Theaters पे नहीं आ रहे, theaters आएंगे तो it's not doing very well. वैसे तो हर language में हो रहा है. So it's not the struggle against each other, it's a struggle against survival right now.
Correct.
Just because few films are doing extremely well doesn't mean that the whole industry is flourishing. Huh?
Yeah.
There is a lot of scare in every industry. There's a lot of fear in every industry. We are trying to battle that out first.
Yeah.
This is all very irrelevant, man. See, they are taking the highest success of a South Indian film and comparing to here, and they are making it a war. What is this?
Yeah.
It doesn't operate that way, ma'am. If I go back to Karnataka, there is a lot of concern there about it's not just about me. All the filmmakers in there, everybody has to survive. Before COVID, at least there would be one minimum revenue that would come from the theaters. Now suddenly there are no shows. People are not stepping out unless and until it is something else that is attracting them. That is very scary. सिनेमा ऐसा नहीं होता ना मैम कि एक हीरो है, एक बड़ा प्रोडक्शन है, उनका फिल्म चलता है तो चलो ठीक है, हम ही राज करेंगे. No ma'am, if industry has to do good, lot of people have to do good. Lot of films have to do good. एक आदमी से कुछ नहीं, this is not a kingdom time. बहुत सारे शुक्रवार हैं मैम एक साल में.
Correct.
कितने शुक्रवार को हम कैटर करेंगे? या ऐसा नहीं कि हम कैटर करें और वो बड़ा हिट हो जाएगा. वैसा दिमाग में है तो ये फिल्म रख के हम प्रमोशन इधर क्यों कर रहे हैं?
Correct.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. तो but I think my concern is towards all those films which are good and people are not coming. I think we should be worried about that this clashes and stupid things, man. These are very irrelevant things.
Language as a barrier आपको अब लगता है, because this is a huge film, pan India film, but अभी आप language as a barrier, do you see that as a barrier anymore, or it's just the content?
Language barrier था ही नहीं मैम, हम ही barrier बना के बैठे थे, क्योंकि हमें दूसरे language इतने अच्छी fluently आते नहीं थे तो हम शायद थोड़ा वो बैक सीट लेके ना हम अपने भाषा में बात करना चाहते थे या इंग्लिश में. अब क्या है, इमोशंस को जब आप पहचानते हो कि मैं क्या बात करना चाहता हूँ तो ये आसान हो गया ना. अभी क्या है ना, फिल्म्स को फिल्म की तरह देखना पसंद करते हैं लोग, क्योंकि this 2 years of COVID brought about almost 10 years of change.
Absolutely.
So I think it is very different right now. Situations are very different right now.
Talking about, of course, languages, of course, there was a very famous kind of, like, it became very famous and viral on social media, which was, of course, the conversation between you and Ajay Devgn. And do you think कि ये जो conversation था, ये आपका, privately होना चाहिए था, maybe on your personal chat and not really on Twitter?
मैम, ये मैं कैसे करूँ मैम? अगर आप मुझे publicly कुछ पूछेंगे तो मैं publicly जवाब दूंगा ना. अगर आप मुझे पब्लिकली पूछेंगे और मैं आपको फोन करके जवाब दूंगा तो मैं कैसे दिखूंगा समाज को?
No, do you think from his side also this should
Fair
have
enough, that's what I'm coming. You ask me publicly, I'll give you answers publicly only.
Yeah, fair.
तो डिसीजन जो पहले स्टार्ट किए वो डिसाइड कर. अजय सर should have thought about it, not me. That doesn't mean he's wrong.
Yeah, of course.
I look at it in a different angle. मेरे को क्या है, मैं ऐसा दिखता हूँ कि मुझे अजय सर के बारे में बहुत रिस्पेक्ट है, क्योंकि वो एक जेंटलमैन है मैम. एक बार मिला था, बहुत अच्छा बात किया उन्होंने मेरे साथ, और मुझे उनका काम पे बहुत रिस्पेक्ट है. वो पर्सनल लाइफ में भी एक कंट्रोवर्सी आदमी नहीं है वो.
Absolutely.
He remains to himself.
Yeah.
And I will only look at एक सीनियर है जो दूसरे इंडस्ट्री से होगा शायद, लेकिन एक सीनियर है, उनका हक बनता है मुझसे पूछे कि what is it that you said?
Yeah.
तो मैं एक छोटे भाई के जगह पे डाल के ना उत्तर देता हूँ कि नहीं सर ऐसा नहीं है सर, ऐसा है सर. तो उसमें क्या हो गया मैम?
Correct.
मैं वो बड़ा वाला I look at the larger picture than the small thing. That just, yeah, many people were trying to support me on that. But I will not look at that picture, man. ऐसा कि देखा सर ने कुछ ऐसा पूछा तो वापस क्या हो गया? I think वो घमंड हो जाएगा.
हाँ.
I don't think I look at. I have respect for that man, and I think what he asked was his opinion, and what I gave was my answer.
Correct.
उधर से हो गया, man. सब neatly हो गया.
तो उसके बाद you haven't had a chance to probably pick up phone and discuss anything, or just उसके बाद आपकी offline कोई chat नहीं हुई?
मैं तो phone तो pick up करता हूँ, मैम. नंबर नहीं है मेरे पास, तो किसको डायल करूँ?
तो offline कोई chat नहीं हुई है आपकी. Okay. Now that KGF movies ने एक benchmark बहुत high set कर दिया है. You think that there's a kind of a pressure now, for other films, and of course now the audience's expectations have also increased.
Ma'am, I think I'll answer you this. There is a belief system in me, and there is a logic in me. Which part of that you want an answer from?
Probably your belief system.
My belief system. My belief system says I'm going to make 5,000 crores, man. Is that okay with you? Now, should I come to the logical part?
Yes.
The logical part is, ma'am, whatever other films have done, they came with a brand. The brand being RRR came with a Rajamouli, ma'am. Now, I want to understand RRR minus Rajamouli is definitely a valuable film only because it has got Junior NTR and it's got Ram Charan, who are big stars.
Correct.
But then there's a small thing taken away from the film if it is not R. Rajamouli. Yes? So there's a brand, and Rajamouli sir is a brand.
Absolutely.
Very big brand. Now comes KGF. Now because KGF 1 had done fairly well in the theatres and OTT did a great thing, KGF 2 came with a high demand. And KGF was the brand.
Correct.
Now I don't know whether you went because of a particular name in that film. You went because it is a brand called KGF.
Correct.
And Pushpa was a magic.
Absolutely.
It was a magic. Now we don't know what happened there. It just happened. Correct. Now I have come with the Vikrant Rona as in the same intention like Pushpa. But then I don't know whether I'll be able to create the magic or I'll break the magic. I do not know. But ऐसा ना होता है कि मैम एक फिल्म है जो अब ऑलरेडी हर लैंग्वेज में जा रहा है, तो वही एक सक्सेसफुल स्टोरी है और जर्नी है. जितने कितने दूर जाएगा ये हम भी देखेंगे और आप भी देखिए और उसका एक पार्टी करेंगे. किसी दूसरे का वो हो गया, वो रख के मैं क्यों प्रेशर ले लूं?
नहीं, fair. It's a very fair point.
So that's what I said. There is a belief systems and there is logic. And me, I will never let my belief systems overtake my logic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
अगर ये फिल्म अच्छा चला, अच्छी चली, क्या बताएंगे?
अच्छी चली.
अगर ये फिल्म अच्छी चली मैम, तब हम भी ब्रांड की वैल्यू से हिसाब से हम दूसरी फिल्म की बात करेंगे कि तब आप पूछ सकते हो मुझसे, सर लास्ट टाइम आपका विक्रांत रोना इतना किया कि आपको यकीन है कि ये फिल्म ऐसा करेगा, तो हाँ मैम कुछ बात करेंगे.
Okay.
हाँ, तो अभी हम जर्नी शुरू की है.
So अभी रूट से स्टार्ट कर, बिल्ड करना स्टार्ट कर.
मैम 2012 I started my journey as a pan-Indian actor, man, with Makhi. तब it was a different thing scene, correct? Now it's a different scene.
Absolutely.
Film एक little, if it is nice, it does wonders today.
Yeah.
So we keep our fingers crossed, but not our ambitions high. हमारा फिल्म कुछ डिजर्व करता है मैम. हमारा ये इंटरेस्ट है और इच्छा है कि वो फिल्म जो वो डिजर्व करता है वो मिले. कितना बड़ा बाद में देखेंगे.
Yeah.
और हमारा कोशिश यही है कि जब हम इधर आके आपके साथ बैठ के प्रमोशंस कर रहे हैं, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो सब फिल्मों के रेवेन्यूज देख के हम इधर प्रमोशन को बैठे. हम इधर इसलिए बनाए कि हम भी 4 साल लगाए हैं इस फिल्म में. Let it get its due, and I'm telling you, I will party even otherwise also. But I think it shouldn't matter now.
Absolutely. There's also been reports that the budgets for the movie have been increased from 15 to 95 crores. So as a star and a producer, like how do you decide ki, how much resources and efforts should be put on a project?
So it's because of the efforts the budget has become bigger.
Yeah.
See, I guess because of the hugeness of the sets, because of the promotions what we're doing now, promotions everywhere, travel, plus actors and the number of days of shoot, and 3D coming in, CG is coming in, so it became like that. So I guess what we are talking about 15 crore was not even 15 crore. It was something around 7 to 10 crore. That was what was planned, not with me, as just a thought. That was the director's head. That if it is before me, this is. So एक छोटा सा फिल्म बनाऊंगा ऐसा. So जब वो मुझे ये आकर नरेट किए थे, तब सब कुछ बदल गया. And we started looking at a bigger picture, and I started designing it in a bigger way. And I think that's when I told Anup that I think we should take it into an era like that and start telling. He was in the 90s. He wanted to narrate this in the 90s something, which is fair enough, which is his script. But without changing anything, if we can go there. That was a debate which went on for almost 2 to 3 weeks. Then once we designed this, I think he's a fantastic visionary, Anup Bandari. So he started visualizing it, and once we gave him the freedom, you just go, you do what you have to do with this, don't worry about the budgets. So he came out with everything, and I think that, and he's utilized the budget very beautifully. He's not wasted money at all.
Absolutely.
That way we did it very well, and it has gone beyond 95. That's wrong.
Beyond.
Yeah, it's gone beyond.
Okay. Recently, Akshay Kumar had mentioned somewhere that, that South actors are not scared to star in multi-starrers, whereas, people in the Hindi cinema probably are mostly, little reluctant, scared or insecure about this. So you've worked in both, of course. So what do you have to say about that?
No, I said the fear, many actors have got there also. It is not that they don't. It just depends on whether there's a good director to handle. Man, the fear of multi-star cast is not because there's another hero. Whether the person who's handling it can handle it. Ma'am, if you have 2 heroes in a film, 2 set of fans will come in. Hardcore fans.
Yeah.
And they want to see their hero getting justice. And if they see the other hero overtaking a little also in some scene or action, now they are upset. So justification नहीं होता है. अक्षय सर भी सही है, वो जो करते हैं वो भी सही है. So justify नहीं होता है मैम. Many films don't justify. If there is equal heroes, like they say there's one big hero and there are another 2 to 3 heroes of different generation and or different stardom value, then it is okay. But if it is 2, like today, if you say Shah Rukh sir and Salman sir in the same film, don't go back, man. Don't go back 10 years, 20, 25 years. Don't go Amir Khan and Salman Khan sir together or anything like that. Today, if a Shah Rukh Khan sir and Salman sir come together, how do you want the film to be? And who is going to handle?
It's going to be massive. It's going to be magic.
Now my question to you, who do you think will handle? Who do you think should handle? Do you think, what is your expectation out of the film if both of them come together? Not in cameo. Not cameos.
Yeah.
2 hero film.
It's going to be like huge. I can't even think about it because of course both of them
what comes
have
is
fans.
you don't even know the story. You think it's huge. You will have expectations skyrocketing.
Like beyond. Yeah.
And who's a director, for heaven's sake, who's going to be still smiling by the end of the film?
Yeah.
उसको तो heart attack आ जाएगा मैम, क्योंकि वो देख सोचते ही ना, how do you, because if you keep this one will be disappointed.
Yeah.
So there's a pressure there. That's all it is, and maybe because of that, many people don't want to do multi-starrers.
Yeah.
I'm one such person who used to do multi-starrers, and one such film recently we did, and I realized that the other fans who were coming in were not very happy. They were also right.
Yeah.
They wanted their hero to do something more. Now, I think in that way, everybody are right with each other, I think. But वैसा नहीं है कि just because they do multi-starrers, they are very, what do you say, they are okay with everything, or if they don't, they are not okay with everything. See, Akshay sir has been doing a lot of slapstick comedies, a lot of things, and I have seen him that he's very open to a lot of experimental scripts.
Yeah.
तो वो एक अजीब तरीके से स्क्रिप्ट्स को चुनते हैं जो many similar generation के actors नहीं करते, तो वो भी सही है, ये भी सही है मैम.
Absolutely.
Comparison नहीं कर सकते.
Now, lastly, of course, coming to the movie, it looks like a huge Gana already itna super hit ho chuka hai, rage ban chuka hai. Everybody is listening to it. I myself heard it 5 times before this interview for sure. So, talking about Jacqueline, of course, she being in the movie, of course, and the song is doing so well. And, there were some testing times for her as well. So, how do you kind of support, your co-actor in the movie like that? And, of course, promotions bhi ho rahe hai, pan-India movie hai. So, in that kind of scenario, how do you kind of extend your support? To Jacqueline. Since, things have not been good and some testing times, trying times.
Things go wrong to many people. See, I do not know the legalities behind it. I do not know the story behind it, but I know that she's a great person. She's a great human. She's a very genuine person, and I'm very sure she's strong enough to fight it with a smile, and she's smiling all the time.
Absolutely, yeah.
She's not shying away from the media. She's not shying away from the world. She will get rid of it. If she's right, she will get rid of it in style, and I think, knowing her, she will do it in style. She's a great person, ma'am. I think, I know her as a human, that's all. I do not know the other side, and I'm not nowhere connected to her in her personal life. But with what I see, at least I have experienced enough in this life to understand who is genuine, who isn't.
Yeah.
She's very real. I think she'll fight it out and she'll be out of it soon.
Yeah, and of course, considering the promotions of the movie and everything, as you said, dealing with everything with a smile.
She is doing with a smile, and I think that is what she spreads wherever she goes, very genuinely, without effort. I think she's doing it. She's doing a great job with whatever that hustle that's happening over there. I think she's doing a great job.
Well, thank you so much for being on ETimes. This was a lovely chat.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we hope that, of course, like you said, your belief system, 5,000 crores, is that your belief, right?
You asked me. See, belief systems is, that's what I told you, and the last line I told you, I never let my belief systems overtake my logic.
Yeah. But I hope your belief system also comes true. So, 5,000 mark is what you spoke
वैसा हो गया तो हर कोई फिल्म को स्पॉन्सर कर सकता हूँ.
पार्टी फिर तो पक्का.
पार्टी के लिए उतना नहीं चाहिए मैम. पार्टी के लिए कुछ बोतलें चाहिए, एक छोटी जगह चाहिए, माइंड चाहिए, इंटेंशन चाहिए, खाना भी नहीं चाहिए. हो जाएगा वो.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.